Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to check current and voltage in a circuit. You know what voltage and current is. We have done that. Voltage is the pressure with which the electrons are moving inside the circuit. And current is the quantity of electrons that are moving in the circuit. Let us just create a basic circuit first. I have put in two things, that is a battery, which is a 3-volt battery. I've put two cells over there, and one is a multimeter that we will use to find out the voltage and the current. Okay, so I have a resistance. I'll put two resistance in series, and let me connect this to the positive and this to the negative. Okay, and let's see how we will find the voltage. Let's try to find out how to find the voltage in a circuit. Alright. To find voltage in a circuit, you will always connect the two terminals of the multimeter in parallel with the circuit. In parallel means what? I want to find out what is the voltage across from here to here. What is the voltage from here to here? This is positive. Let's figure out how things will turn up now. See, I've connected this negative to here, which is actually connected to the battery also directly. So you know that this positive is connected here and it is connected to the positive of the battery also. So don't you think the current, the voltage that is being will be displayed across from here, this point to this point, is actually going to be 3 volts? Let's see. It is 3 volts. Why is it 3 volts? Number one, we have connected the terminal of the multimeter directly to the battery, and this also is connected directly to the battery. Let's change this now. Let's change this to here. What does this mean now? This means I've connected the multimeter across a resistance. So when I say across the resistance, what is the potential difference between this point of the resistance and this point of the resistance? This will give that. Let us figure out what is the actual resistance here. Okay, the resistance here is 1 kilo ohm, and the resistance here is also 1 kilo ohm. Okay, so both are 1 kilo ohms, and you know that if there are 1 kilo ohms, the resistance gets divided into 2, and 2 means it will be 1.5 volts. Now let's check this. It will be giving 1.5 volts. If I change this terminal from here to any other to here, it is going to give me 3 volts. If I change this terminal from here to here, it is going to give me 1.5 volts. So it is 1.5 volts across this resistance. It is 1.5 volts across this resistance. The total of both the voltages is going to be 3 volts. That is the voltage which is being input to the circuit. So the basic thing to understand here is when we are actually checking for voltage, we check the voltage across 2 points in a circuit. We do not bring the multimeter into the circuit. It is basically, you can see that the circuit is separate and the multimeter is separate. I'll tell you, you will understand more when I actually check for the current now. Um, what happens when we actually check for current? So when we want to check for current, let's change it to amperage. When we want to check for current, we actually put the multimeter in series with the circuit. You can see how things are happening now. The current is going through the resistance, through the multimeter, then through this resistance back to the battery. So that means these two resistances are not connected together. The current is actually going through the resistance. What resistance is this? Sorry, what current is this particular resistance getting? It is getting whatever is coming out of the multimeter. So this is how we check for current now. So let us see what is the current. Current is 1.5 milliamperes. So the basic thing to understand here is uh, whenever we are checking for voltage. So let me just bring in one more multimeter and let me just check, give you both the things now. One is for voltage, one is for current. And when we check for voltage, it is across the terminals. So you can see that the second multimeter, which is basically checking voltages, is connected parallel to this particular resistance, whereas this multimeter, which is actually checking amperage or the current, is connected in series with the two resistances. So one is in parallel, one is in series. Let's start the simulation. So this is giving you 1.5 volts. Yes, it is 1.5 volts to this point. Is it going to differ if I bring it here? It is still going to be 1.5 volts because whatever the multimeter is not supposed to have any resistance. So whatever was the voltage at this point is the same voltage at that point. Okay. So I hope this is very clear to you. One is if you are checking current, you should always connect the multimeter in series. That means you'll have to disconnect a few things. You will have to bring it in series with the in the circuit. Whereas if you are checking for voltage, you will bring it parallel to the circuit. Okay, I hope things are clear. If you have any problem or any suggestions, please write in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.